guys, today I'm filming my fall favorites for 2019. I don't have a ton of products, and I'm sure there are other things that I loved that I totally forgot to add to the note on my phone. I really did enjoy a lot of the different eye looks I created in the fall. I did start doing monthly makeup basket videos again, which was pretty exciting, and I did try to break up all of my products, used a lot of things that I hadn't used that were neglected products that I've had for a while that I've never tried before, and I do feel really happy about that. But out of everything I tried, these are the things that really stood out to me that I remember really loving. So we will start with a couple face products. The first thing is something that is in my fall project pan, which I will have linked in the cards. This is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I just have a little deluxe sample size, and you can see I am almost completely done with it. At my last project pan update, I had contemplated repressing it, and I didn't. I kind of wish I did, because I think I would have been able to get through it by this point, because there's just a little bit left and it's been hard to get my brush in there at this current state. So I am going to try to finish this up next year, and I will repress it then. But this is a really great matte warm bronzer that is on the lighter side. It's a great color for my skin tone. The medium bronzer is a little bit more cool tone, and then the deep one is warm as well. So the regular Chocolate Soleil bronzer, I like using that one as a contour in the springtime, but this color is so beautiful for fall. I do have a yellow undertone, and this does match my skin really well. I'm wearing it right now. I don't think it looks too dark or too orangey. I think it's a very flattering shade of my skin tone. This is something I do actually want to purchase in the full size. I'm hoping that this will be part of the 21 Days of Beauty again this spring. Their bronzers were last year. Last year I had gotten Sweet Tea, but I hadn't really used this one that much, but using this every single day, I really fell in love with it. It does have a good amount of pigmentation to it, but it blends out very nicely. It's a great matte bronzer. It smells like cocoa. I love the formula and the color so much that, like I said, I will repurchase it, and I'm going to cross my fingers it's going to be part of the 21 Days of Beauty so that I can get it 50% off. That would be amazing, but such a good product. And then there were two products that I was using to contour. One of them was NARS Laguna. That one is not something I can call a favorite, but I don't hate it enough to declutter it. But the one that I've really been using the most and absolutely loving, I use this every single day for 2 months, is the Bobbi Brown Bronzing Powder in the shade number 2 medium. And this is more of a red tone bronzer without being too red, because I've tried some of the Anastasia bronzers, and basically all of them except for Saddle, the rest of them are very red tone, and I tried it in Rosewood and it looked terrible on me. It was very pink, very red. It was not flattering whatsoever. But this one is just like the perfect amount, because it is warm, but it just does have a little bit of that red pinky tone, but not too much. It does actually look really nice as a contour powder. This one is also very pigmented. It blends out nicely. I don't love this enough to purchase this in the full size, because of course it is very expensive, and I do use separate products for bronzing and contouring. However, overall I do prefer bronzer products over contour, so not something I would repurchase, but I really have been loving it, and I would love to pan this in the future. This is my current go-to bronzer contour combination for fall, and I will definitely be using the same combo again next year, I think. So I'm popping in to tell you about two more favorites that I totally had forgotten about, and the first one is another face product. This is the Pixi Fresh Face Blush in the shade Beach Rose. This was a gift to me from my friend Natasha. I believe she got this in an Ipsy bag a while back, and this is such a amazing blush. It is really pigmented, it blends really nicely, but I really love this color. So this is a burnt peachy neutral blush, and I like to apply this with a larger stippling brush on my cheeks, and it gives that sunburned look without being too red tone. It's really like an elegant, more glamorous sunburn look. I think it's so beautiful. It can be light, it can be built up to be pretty intense. I just think this is so beautiful and really like creates a look goes with a vibe, and I really, really enjoy this blush. And the other product I forgot to mention was the ColourPop and I Love Soleil Through My Eyes palette. And I love that this is a little bit larger of a palette from ColourPop, but it's not one of their massive palettes. So you normally get 12 shades in a palette. With this one you get 16, so you just have an extra row here. The colors in here are very, very beautiful, and they do perform really, really nicely. I do love this color selection overall, but there was one eye look that I wore several times, and that would be using Mesmerize on the lid, which is definitely my favorite color from the palette. It's just such a pretty golden orange color. It's so unique. It looks very brightening on the lid. And then for the other colors I paired with it, I used the matte yellow Wild Soul as a transition color, this matte orange Euphoric as my crease color, and then this color Canela as my outer corner color. Unfortunately, this is like an orange based brown matte with glitter particles in it, and I'm surprised that Karen made that shade because I feel like a lot of us really hate matte bases with glitter particles. So I wish that that was just a regular matte shadow, but I do use it like a matte, and I do think it works really well. So these 4 shades are right here, have been a favorite look of mine. I wore a ton, but specifically this lid shade here I think is extremely incredible. So here from top to bottom we have Mesmerize, Wild Soul, Euphoric, and Canela. Next I have some eye looks I was really loving. The first is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I did wear this a couple other times, and this is such like a Thanksgiving eye to me. So what I'm wearing on my lid, which is insanely metallic and pigmented, is one of the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pots in the shade Park Avenue Princess. These are incredibly expensive. I think that they're around $20, maybe a little bit more than that, and it's a lot of money. I don't really pay that much for singles typically, so I have these, and then I have the Dose of Colors Block Party shadows that are very pricey. This formula is much better than the Dose. It's a lot easier to work with. And here is what Park Avenue Princess looks like, and let me swatch it for you. So you can see this is a beautiful like golden bronze. 1, 2, bam. Is that not freaking insane, the amount of reflection? Like, are you freaking kidding me? That's insane. And not all of them are necessarily this reflective. This is definitely like the most impressive one I have, but so amazing. It is completely opaque. It has that intense shimmer on the lid. It's very easy to apply. I do have a decent amount of fallout, but I can just wipe it away. It doesn't bother me whatsoever, but it looks so stunning on the lid, so brightening. I'm so in love with that shade, and I would recommend it. Sometimes they include that in different holiday kits, and it's usually very much worth the value because that is an expensive shadow. So again, that's what I'm wearing on my lid. Then the rest of the matte shades are coming from the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, which has such a great formula. And here is what this palette looks like. I've actually hit pan in this shade right here, which I've been using to set my primer. I've been using a combination of these two, but for some reason this middle shade, Peach Butter, is really powdery, so I've been going through it very quickly. But the 3 shades I've been using for this eye look from this palette would be Just Peachy as the transition color, then using Fresh Picked as my crease color, and Peach Cobbler right here as my outer corner color. The most amazing, beautiful, warm combination, and they are nice and peachy. They're not just brown or warm brown, they're like more peachy brown. So here we've got the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is Too Faced Just Peachy, Fresh Picked, and Peach Cobbler. So then we've got Just Peachy, Fresh Picked, Peach Cobbler, and these are all very pigmented as well. I feel like Just Peachy I have to dig my brush in a little bit more, and it does pick up pretty well, and It does apply really easily. They blend really easily. I really do love this palette for a good staple matte palette that is warm tone, a little bit more peachy, and works perfectly with any beautiful warm shades on the lid. I think that this is like a perfect example of how I like to combine my singles with my matte eyeshadows from palettes to create a look, and I'm in love. And then the other palette I absolutely fell in love with would be the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. So this is the one that released last year for the holidays, and they did bring it back this year, which is awesome. So I got this one for Christmas, and this has always been a fall palette for me. So I actually hadn't played with it too much before this fall season. So here are what the colors look like. I'm so impressed by Too Faced. I think a lot of their palettes tend to be very repetitive, very boring, but the shadows in here are very beautiful. This does smell kind of like vanilla. I wouldn't say Coke, I wouldn't quite say like gingerbread, kind of like vanilla, but I do like the scent, and the colors are very beautiful. They blend nicely, they're nice and pigmented. You have a really great variety in here. I was really impressed with this palette, and I loved all the looks that I came up with using this one. So definitely recommend this palette, and I'm very happy they brought it back. I did also get the Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette in my Ulta 4,000 points haul, but I have not used it yet. But I do think this one has a greater variety of shades in it. So even though I haven't used that one yet, based on color, I do recommend this one over the other one. And like I said, I'm very happy they brought it back for the holidays this year because it's a great, great product, performance and color-wise. Then I have two lip colors that were also from last holiday that I didn't wear until this fall, and that would be two of the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick. So this came in a pack of 4. It had more of like a cool nude, a red, and then these two shades. And I have worn these and absolutely fell in love with them. So the Too Faced Melted Matte formula is a fully opaque liquid lipstick that does dry down completely. It doesn't have as much of a chalky finish as the Anastasia liquid lipsticks do, but it's not more on the contour side like an Ofra liquid lip. It's a fully matte liquid lipstick, but it's still pretty comfortable for me. And the two shades that I really loved would be Hot Buttered Rum and Pumpkin Spice. And what's awesome about these is that they are scented, which is really nice. And I wish Too Faced would have brought this back this year. And I love that this collection came in many sizes. I hope Too Faced continues to do that, and other brands as well. I love having minis of liquid lipsticks and lip glosses because I don't need all that product, but they're still very easy to use because they usually have like a regular size applicator. And I don't really like mini bullet lipsticks. I'm always afraid I'm going to apply too much pressure and break them, but for liquid lipsticks and glosses, they work so well. So let me swatch these shades for you. Oh my gosh, the scent is amazing. So as you can see, it's got a regular doe foot applicator. It's just that the stick is shorter. And I did wear both of these in videos this month, and I'll have those videos linked up in the card so you can see how the colors looked on me. And then we've got Pumpkin Spice, which is richer and more orange. So there's Hot Buttered Rum and Pumpkin Spice. You can definitely see the difference there, but they are nice complementary colors. Love these so much, and it's definitely easier for me to wear Hot Buttered Rum because it's a little bit more neutral. Pumpkin Spice is a little orangey for me, but I do like it. It's very pretty, and I'm very happy with this formula. The colors and the scent is fantastic. So I did want to mention those because those are my standout lip products of the fall. And the last beauty favorites I have would be 5 nail polishes from KL Polish. These were 5 polishes that I had never tried before this fall that I fell in love with. So I do have one cream and the others are metallics. So the cream polish is Havana Nights, which was made to be the same color as her liquid lipstick collab with Ofra, which is a deep, bloody red that is like burnt. It has more brick tones in it as well, which is so beautiful. And I love this one on my nails, which surprised me because I don't like vampy polishes. My one tried and true is Zoya's Margot, which is a little bit more purple, and this one is a little bit more red. So now I think I'm totally set on my vampy wine colors, and I'm so happy about that. I was very surprised by how much I love this one, but I really do. And then we have my 4 metallic polishes, and normally I don't like metallics unless they're like metallic neutrals. I don't usually like metallics of other colors, but I absolutely fell in love with these. They look glittery without having a glitter finish. They are like a true, very shimmery metallic, which I absolutely love. So this first one was from their most recent collection. This is Mother of Dragons, which is a beautiful shimmery olive. I do also have Medusa, which is more of an oil slick vibe. It is like a very golden olive with a little bit of like blue hints to it. So this one is more green. They're definitely different. Loved wearing this one. Then I have Ocean Drive, which is a stunning blue with some gold and green shimmers in it. Very, very pretty. And this is definitely a little bit more out of my comfort zone because this is a blue. It's not more of like a warm fall leaves neutral tone like these other ones, but it looks so pretty on the nails. The next one is Prince Cornelious, which is a warm brown with some orange and gold reflex and glitters in it. Very pretty on the nails, and because it does have so much of that light reflect, it didn't look too dark on my nails. And the last polish might be my most favorite because it is my zodiac sign, which is a Leo. I've said it before, I don't feel like I'm anything like a Leo except for like a couple random things, but overall it doesn't describe me very well. However, this polish is amazing. It's a gorgeous like burnt orange with a lot of gold reflect in it. Very beautiful. I absolutely love this one. And I do have Princess Penny, which is a foiled penny color. This one is different from that because it does have those beautiful multi-dimensional glitters. It is a little bit more orange based. So even though you might think like these two polishes are similar to some that are already in that collection, no, they are different, and I absolutely fell in love with all of those. So then I have two random favorites that would be some new TV shows that I started watching over this fall season, I believe. And the first one is RuPaul's Drag Race UK. This is on the Logo channel. Regular RuPaul is on VH1 now, and I have been loving it. I hope that they continue to do it. I do think that, like, yes, they're testing out something new, but like the prizes are nothing compared to US Drag Race, which is a shame. Like every week they keep winning these little badges instead of like, you won a cruise for two, you won a you know, like 10 gowns or pairs of shoes or wigs or whatever. So usually every week you win like a really great prize if you're like the winner of the week, and this time you win a little badge. And then like the grand prize is, I think you're getting like your own online Logo TV skit series or something like that, which is cool, but you're not winning like a music video, a lifetime supply of makeup, and like $1 billion like you do in the US. So that's a bit of a ripoff, but hopefully this show will be very successful. The queens will be very successful, and they will decide to continue to do more of these and make the prizes even better. But I've really been loving it. I love Cheryl Hole. I think she is really funny and sweet. Her fashion, not quite there. She does kind of like have like a very fishy female look, but it's not quite fashion. But I love her personality. Bag of Chips is okay to me. The fact that she always smiles with her mouth hanging open, like people do that in their YouTube thumbnails all the time. It drives me crazy. I think it looks so silly, and that is what she always does. The Vivian is my favorite. I do think that she can be a little bit of a mean girl. I don't think it's too bad, but I think she's very beautiful. She's very creative, and she can be funny as well. So I really love her. And of course, my favorite underdog is Davina DeCampo. I think she is so creative. She has such an amazing mind. She's very funny, and she's a great underdog. I would really like if she wins or if Vivian wins. I will be equally as excited. I think that they're both very different queens, but they're both equally talented and amazing. So I've really been loving that. And like I said, I hope they continue to do more of them. And then the other show that I've been loving that's new is Nancy Drew. It is on the CW. It comes on either right before or after Riverdale. So it is like Nancy Drew. She's solving murder mysteries, and there's like a ghost element to it. If you like Pretty Little Liars and Riverdale and like that sort of vibe of a show where it's like a nice like teen romance mixed with like a little bit of creepy, a little bit of mystery, you'll enjoy it. I think it's so great. I think the girl that plays Nancy Drew is amazing and so beautiful. So I've really been enjoying that show, and I think they've done a great job of adding some twist to it, and that's something that I hope they continue to make different seasons of, because I've really been enjoying that. So guys, those are all of my favorites from this past fall season. I would love to know what your favorites have been, and I would love to know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below, and I would love to know if you watch either of the shows that I mentioned and what your thoughts are on those shows. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.